might have something here, Spencer.
We better have something, damn it.
Uh-oh. Say a couple more
Uh-oh.
things.
Whoa, whoa. Joey sucks at slobbing on my knob because he doesn't like the corn on the motherfucking cob.
Shut up, bitch.
Did it work?
Alright, Spencer, we're live.
Hey, what's up?
We live as shit. Like, it actually worked. I was able to, I don't know what the fuck I did. But,
Hey, man.
you know, we make things work any way we can. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
that's how we're doing.
So anyway, what's up, everybody? This is the Robo Director here.
And Marine the God.
I was gonna say, it's like your turn to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
And today, we are going to be talking about, in the title it says, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. We're going to jump right into it. Battle of Gods. I'm going to read the synopsis real quick. It's not that long. And I'm also going to correct the things that this person got wrong. Because, I mean, the synopsis isn't perfect. But I will obviously fill in the holes. By the way, we watched the movies. We didn't watch the, we didn't watch the Dragon Ball Super version because, well, we didn't feel like watching like 25 episodes. That would have taken way too long. So we decided to watch the movies instead. So the next time that we're watching Dragon Ball Super, we're going to be doing 5 episodes at a time.
Yay.
Starting with whatever episode the Universe 6 arc starts on, which I think is like 27.
Yeah. I think that's what you said.
But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's go ahead and start. Battle of Gods. Beerus, the god of destruction, is awakened from his decades-long nap by his retainer Whis with important news. Frieza has been felled by a Saiyan warrior, a most likely candidate for a Super Saiyan god, appearing Beerus learned of in a prophecy. Thus Beerus and Whis seek out the Saiyan warrior's son Goku, who's trained on King Kai's planet. Beerus challenges Goku, which is the other way around. Goku challenges Beerus to a sparring match. Hoping to see if he's a Super Saiyan God. Unfortunately for Goku, he stands no chance against Beerus. Even in Super Saiyan 3, the God of Destruction lays him out like a bath mat. Disappointed, Beerus makes his way towards Earth, the one location in the universe where Saiyans live, in hopes of finding a better challenge. On Earth... Okay, actually, look, can we talk about real quick on how lopsided that fight was?
Yeah.
Like, and how
that was like an ant.
And how overconfident Goku was in that fight. When he turned Super Saiyan 3, he was like, you know, I could dial it back to Super Saiyan 2 if you want, against the fucking god of destruction.
Please.
Like, dude.
Hey, I mean,
like,
no one ever said Goku was smart. Like, straight up, I'll say that.
That was just a huge mistake. Okay, so we find out that Beerus is the one that actually made King Kai's planet so small to begin with, and he threatened to shrink it again. So
yeah,
they didn't want nothing to do with that, even though I think Goku punched a hole through it in that scene.
Yeah, he pretty much almost made it blow the fuck up.
Oh my god,
I mean,
fantastic.
Theoretically, it should have been destroyed.
Okay, so let's move on from that, because that scene wasn't all that important. It just showed that Beerus, Super Saiyan 3 ain't shit. Beerus is maximum. So, on Earth, Bulma is celebrating her 38th birthday, with the main attraction of her party being a game of bingo where the winner received all 7 Dragon Balls at once. Vegeta is given a forewarning from King Kai at Beerus' arrival, knowing firsthand how frightening Beerus can be, since his father, the King of Saiyans, was made to kneel before him. Vegeta already knows to do whatever it takes to appease the god of destruction in order to spare Earth and his loved ones a grisly fate. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf, Shu, and Mai infiltrate the party with the hopes of obtaining the Dragon Balls for themselves, but are discovered. They are mistaken for children, however, due to a botched wish to Shenron for youth, making him a bit too young. Mai tries to shoot Gohan with a gun, and the deflected bullet hits Videl in the leg. Dende is on hand to heal the wound, thankfully, and makes a startling discovery. Videl is pregnant, and he agrees to keep it a secret for the time being. Beerus and Whis arrive on Earth. I mean, Beerus was already there, and he actually got shot in the head. I mean, it deflected and hit him in the head, but whatever. Vegeta proceeds to pull out all the stops that appease him, humiliating himself in the process. Bingo! All the efforts are for naught, sadly, when Beerus attempts to try a sample of pudding, only for a greedy Majin Buu to eat all of the pudding.
God,
the other Z warriors attempt to follow Beerus to keep him from destroying the Earth from fighting the Earth, but are soundly defeated. Bulma herself becomes cross with Beerus for ruining her birthday party and slaps him across the face, only to be knocked the fuck out. Vegeta flies into a rage for a brief moment, becomes more powerful than even Goku, and manages to overpower Beerus only to be defeated himself. That's just an English line. I don't think they said that in the Japanese version, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because Super Saiyan 2 can't be stronger than Super Saiyan 3, I don't care what you say. Goku appears before Beerus can destroy the Earth and makes a proposal, summoning Shenron and asking him to summon the Super Saiyan gods. Shenron sadly cannot summon the Super Saiyan god, for one does not yet exist. Instead, he tells the story of how the Super Saiyan god originally came into being. 5 Saiyans of pure hearts pour the energy into one Saiyan and combine their might, cause that one Saiyan to attain godlike power. Goku attempts to become a Super Saiyan god with the aid of Gohan, Goten, Vegeta, and Trunks, but their power proves insufficient. They were missing one Saiyan. Videl takes this opportunity and announces to Gohan that she was carrying his quarter Saiyan child, news that Gohan is overjoyed at. The power of his unborn child helps to finally allow Goku to ascend to the Super Saiyan god. His frame becomes even more slender than average. His hair and eyes turn bright red, and his power level becomes so immense that his friends can't even sense it. Goku and Beerus proceed to have a rematch, and with Goku now able to fight the God of Destruction on equal footing. Even though he enjoys his newfound power, however, he feels dissatisfied with it, since he couldn't attain it by himself and needed the help of his allies to achieve it. So Goku is like a fucking asshole.
Yeah, by the entire movie.
Because he's like, I couldn't get the power on my own, so I don't like it. I mean, it's great, and it's cool,
but I don't like
but
it.
I don't like it because I couldn't get it on my own. Because I'm a fucking prideful bitch. I don't know.
God.
I mean, the fight was fun to watch. The fight was really well animated, and it was fun to watch.
I definitely preferred Battle of the Gods over Resurrection F, just because the story, there was one.
Yeah, there was one. We'll get to that when we get to what Resurrection F is. I don't even think I need to read a synopsis of Resurrection F. I could literally tell you what happens in Resurrection F.
Yeah, it's
so. Okay, so they proceed to have a rematch with Goku now able to fight the God of Destruction on equal footing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, said that part. Eventually, however, the power dissipates and Goku returns to his base form and is overpowered once more. Eventually, conceding the fight, Beerus is satisfied by Goku's efforts, proceeds to creating an energy sphere to destroy the Earth. Since Goku admitted defeat, Goku holds back the sphere and eventually manages to retain his Super Saiyan God form for long enough to absorb the energy sphere, sparing the Earth. Goku and Beerus return to Goku's family and the Z Warriors. Beerus then declares he will destroy the Earth, only to destroy a small rock formation, having expended the near entirety of his energy during the fight with Goku, and promises to return to Earth after a nap to finish the job. He congratulates Goku before leaving, declaring him the second strongest opponent he ever had the pleasure of fighting after his retainer Whis. That's pretty much the end of the movie. Now, in this movie, not a whole lot happens. I mean, Beerus wakes up, he finds out that Goku killed Frieza, and and he has a prophecy about a Super Saiyan God would challenge him. I mean, he says that he used like 70% of his power against Goku, but that's retcon so hard considering at this point how far that we are in Dragon Ball Super like now, and apparently according they're still not as strong as Beerus yet.
Yeah.
And they've gotten so much stronger from where they were in that movie that there's no way Beerus had to be using like literally a percent of a percent, like a 1/10% of power. You know what I mean? Like he had to have been holding back so much. He just didn't want to kill Goku. We know that's just what it is. He just didn't want to kill him.
He likes him.
Yeah. He basically likes him. So he's like, I'm gonna spare you, even though I didn't say that. He just destroyed a little small rock formation. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. It's weird that I don't really have a whole lot to say about this particular movie because of the fact that like I feel like this movie is more to set up future stuff, even though they didn't know they were going to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like he made this movie not knowing he was going to make more movies or make a series, but it still felt like it was a movie just to build upon the world. You know what I mean?
And watching the movie, that's actually kind of what it felt like, was that just it was more to leading up towards like Resurrection F and DBZ's Dragon Ball Super than it was anything else. Not saying it wasn't good, I still prefer that over Resurrection F. It's probably one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it was really fun to watch. I mean, when the fight with Goku and Beerus is really cool. I mean, basically what happens is that you really only see Super Saiyan God for about 5 or 6 minutes in the whole film, the actual transformation itself. And like he's Super Saiyan God for a little while, and then once they go underground and stuff like that, he actually loses his Super Saiyan God and he reverts to normal Super Saiyan. But even though he reverts to regular Super Saiyan, he still kept pretty much that God power within his Super Saiyan form, and that's how he was able to continue to fight Beerus. It was actually really cool. Then that actually spawned like a whole argument of if he was able to transform into the Super Saiyan God again, or if he did transform into Super Saiyan God, like what kind of power boost would it be? Since he pretty much retained the Super Saiyan God power in his Super Saiyan form, what would happen if he transformed into Super Saiyan God again? And, and we actually find out that Goku is able to transform into Super Saiyan God again. It just doesn't happen for a very long time, so we won't see it in Dragon Ball Super for a really long time. Or at least while we're doing this review thing. We won't get there for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty much Battle of Gods. You want to move on to Resurrection F?
Sure.
Alright. So, Resurrection F
sucked, in my opinion.
It didn't. I didn't think it sucked because actually the action saved it for me. Because I went and I watched this movie in theaters when it first came out, so I enjoyed watching it because of the action. But other than that, so it's all about Frieza getting revived. So there's not much of Frieza forces left. They've been trying to find Namek for a long time, but they can't find Namek because it's not Namek anymore. It's new Namek now. They just can't find it. So so the new head guy, Sorbet, and like the strongest underling, Tagoma, decide they're gonna go to Earth and get the Dragon Balls instead. It's dangerous because that's where all the Saiyans are, but they have to do it. They want to revive Frieza. So they get there in the Pilaf game, or in the middle of gathering all the Dragon Balls. So they basically get the Dragon Balls from them. They make the wish. I didn't know they had 2 wishes, so I don't know what the second wish was going to be because they never got a chance. Their first wish was to revive Frieza, and he came back into a whole bunch of little itty bitty pieces. And the second wish was 1,000,000 zenny by Shu. So they got a little bit, they got a little bit of moolah out of it. They got some lunch and stuff or whatever. However, whatever they can get with 1,000,000 zenny, they got the shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, you probably couldn't get anything with it.
I'm sure they could. I'm assuming that's what he wouldn't have said it if they couldn't get something out of it. So we're spending too much time on that. Anyways,
Onward.
So they gather all the pieces left, and they actually almost left without one of Frieza's eyes. Emperor Pilaf had to, hey, you guys are forgetting something. Boing. This fucking eye.
God.
So they leave, and they get him into a regeneration tank, and they actually regenerate all the rest of Frieza's body. So he's back, and he's like, I need revenge. And Togoma is like, Frieza, that's foolish. It would be a very bad idea to do that. And he kills Togoma. Now in the actual series, he doesn't kill Togoma. He actually uses Togoma. But he decides in the movie, I'm just gonna keep it strictly to the movies because I don't want to confuse anybody.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's like, you know what, fuck you, die. You know what I mean? He breaks a hole. He can breathe in space, so he's not worried about it. You know, so Sorbet dies. Or not Sorbet, Togoma dies. They continue on. He's like, if I train for 4 months, I can beat him. He's like, no matter what the situation, he's like, just give me 4 months training, I can beat him. So 4 months go by. Jaco comes to Earth to tell Bulma that Frieza's going to be there in about an hour. So Bulma needs to be able to contact Whis because that's where Goku and Vegeta are. They're on Whis' planet because they've been training with Whis since Battle of Gods. So Bulma's way of contacting him is getting a big a strawberry sundae?
Yeah, I think it was.
Something like that. And be like, hey, I got a big strawberry sundae for you, blah, blah, blah. Bait him with food. So, basically they're trying to get in contact with Goku and Vegeta. Well, they didn't get contact with him in time because, an hour passes or whatever, and freaking Frieza shows up.
Frieza pops up.
And I think the group is Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, Roshi, and Jaco, right?
Yeah.
And Tien said, I left Chaozu and Yamcha at home because they're pussies. They aren't man enough for this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they proceed to have this big fight with 1,000 Frieza soldiers, and that was fun to watch. It was really fun to watch. It was fun to see, Krillin beating the shit out of people, and Roshi beating the shit out of people, and Tien beating the shit out of people, and Jaco, the only person that wasn't able to fly, was like doing a whole bunch of cool shit, jumping, doing a whole bunch of cool maneuvers and shit like that. It was dope.
Parkour.
I mean, yeah, parkour. So it was really fun to watch. But at the same time, it really had no merit because Gohan, even though Gohan's weaker than what he used to be, he still could have killed or beat all of them at once if he really wanted to. You know what I mean? He really could have if he wanted to. So anyways, they basically finish off all these freaking Frieza soldiers, but they intentionally don't kill them because they don't want to kill them.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, they just don't. It's not their style. They just don't want to kill. So that's when this red dude shows up with horns. I can't remember what his name is because he's really not that important. He beats up Piccolo like a good bit. He beats the shit out of Piccolo, but Gohan makes really short work of him with the Super Saiyan. Then Frieza decides it's time for him to fight. And Frieza, in his final form, makes very quick work of Gohan. He beats the shit out of Gohan. So they finally get contact with Goku and Vegeta and Whis. And they're like, you need to get here right now. Frieza's you need to be here right now. And Goku's like, I can't instant transmission that far. I've never been able to do that. Go that far. I can't send somebody from here.
Yeah.
So at this point, they give the. By the way, Gohan was almost dead when Frieza beat the shit out of him. Frieza had not Frieza. Piccolo had to like give him fucking compressions in order to start his heart again for him to eat a senzu bean so he could get better. And then Bulma just told everybody, hey, power up to max right now. Goku needs to be able to instant transmission here. So they do. Oh, and for whatever reason, Goten and Trunks weren't in the movie. Like, at all. I guess because Goten looks like Goku and Trunks looks like Trunks. So those are the two people that have killed Frieza. So if they were there, he might have tried to kill them right away.
Yeah.
Maybe. So Goku and Vegeta instant transmission there. I mean, like, Goku instant transmission, Vegeta just holds on. So they get there, and Beerus and Whis have to travel normally because they didn't latch on. So the fight now starts with Goku and Frieza, and Frieza asks Goku if he's going to transform into a Super Saiyan. Frieza's in his final form, Goku's in his base, and Goku says, I don't need to. A cocky man.
I'm fine.
So they begin to fight, and they fight for a little while, and Vegeta starts to get mad. Because they're not taking the fight seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they're not. He said, "Stop messing around." He goes and he starts fighting Kakarot. He's like, "Stop messing around. Actually, take this seriously, or I'm going to take over." So then Goku unveils his new transformation, Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan Goo.
So people wonder what Super Saiyan Blue is. It is just the power of Super Saiyan God on top of, but it's the power of God Ki with the power of Super Saiyan, essentially. Is how they explain it. I'm not saying that's a good explanation. I'm just saying that's how they explain it. Anyway, it's super fucking strong. Very strong. So they know that Frieza's holding back too, so they're like, well, go on ahead, nigga. What the fuck you got? What the fuck you got? So he transforms into his new transformation, Golden Frieza, which is also very powerful, which he got in 4 months. So in 4 months he went from not even as strong as a Super Saiyan to as strong as a Super Saiyan Blue. So they fight for a while, and they fight for a while. And then Goku tells Frieza that he finally understands what his weakness is. And he's like, what are you talking about? I don't have a fucking weakness. I'm Frieza.
Bitch, I'm the best.
So Goku eventually just wears him down. He just keeps the fight going. The longer the fight goes, the more stamina Frieza loses. And the harder it is for him to keep up with Goku. Because as soon as he got his form, he went after his revenge. He didn't wait to master his form. He didn't train in his form before going after Goku. He just went out there immediately.
Yeah, he just got too cocky.
Yeah, so because he did that, now he's getting his ass whooped. Goku looks like he has the upper hand, but then out of nowhere, because he let his guard down, Sorbet shot him in the chest with a freaking laser, and he's down. Goku's down. So Frieza says, you know, I don't really want to kill Goku, but how about you, Vegeta? How about you kill Goku? And he goes out there and he tells Goku that he's stupid. And then he says, I can't do that, Frieza. He says, as much as annoying as he is, he said, he's my reason for getting stronger. And then he proceeds to fucking pummel Frieza in his Super Saiyan Blue form, because Vegeta also has it. Proceeds to fucking pummel Frieza. I mean pummel.
Just straight up beat the shit out of him.
He beat him out of his freaking gold form. right before Vegeta is about to fucking murder the guy, he blows up the Earth. Oh, fuck. What are they gonna do? Fortunately for them, Whis has the ability to turn back time 3 minutes. And he tells Goku, he's like, don't mess this up, because if you mess this up, I can't do this again. So he rewinds time, Goku loads up a big ass Kamehameha, and he fucking blows Frieza away before he could destroy the Earth. They celebrate at the end. End of the movie. So the movie basically consists of Sorbet and Tagoma getting Dragon Balls, resurrecting Frieza.
Yeah.
Frieza off screen doing training. We see a little bit of training from, I mean a little bit of training between
Vegeta and Goku.
And Goku and Vegeta with Whis. We literally saw a little bit. And he explains their weaknesses. He explains to Goku that Goku lets his guard down too much and that Vegeta is too uptight. That's basically what he said. And that's keeping them from being able to move and fight without thinking, which is what the goal is supposed to be for their ultimate power, essentially.
And apparently even Beerus can't even do that yet.
Yeah, and apparently Beerus can't do it yet either, so it's a thing, it's hard. So that happens, I mean, and Frieza shows up and he really doesn't do anything. He beats up Gohan, that's it. He doesn't kill anybody. That's the thing, Frieza didn't kill anybody. I mean, actually, he killed his own men.
But that's it. He didn't kill any, like, main characters or anything like that.
He did nothing. I mean, like, he
Not
blew,
even
he
Jakku.
blew up the Earth. He blew up the Earth, but they reversed that in the end. So, I mean, in the end, he didn't do anything. And, I mean, he just shows up. He shows up way too early for him to be able to win. And he just makes some mistakes. I mean, it's just a... I mean, it's cool that they brought Frieza back. It's just like that was a... I didn't like the way they brought him back because they didn't do much with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it's a movie, but... I mean, even in the Resurrection F fucking Dragon Ball Super version, they didn't do much with him because they just adapted the movies. So, I mean...
I will say the best thing about the movie was the fight scenes, but it, like I said before, it's just... I didn't feel like there was enough meat on that bone for, like, a story. Like, it was just... Yeah, this is happening. Super Saiyan Blue is now a thing. They don't show any progress except for those 3 minutes you see them training in the beginning of the movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is a thing. Accept it now.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but you're actually probably going to be saying that a lot. There's a lot of things that you see that's going to be in the series that you're going to be like, yep, that's a thing now, and they don't really give a proper explanation. It happens all the time. It's something that you'll probably just have to learn to accept about Dragon Ball Super because it's just something that they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned to enjoy it anyway. But
hey, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the movie. I did not like disenjoy it. It's just out of the things I didn't like about the movie. Yeah, that's it.
Just wasn't a whole lot to it. I think it's actually going to be wrapping it up. I think. Because
yeah, I mean,
there wasn't a whole lot to talk about that movie. I knew this first episode was going to be kind of boring because the movies don't have a whole lot to do. Like it's going to be easier when we do like 4 or 5 episodes at a time, where there's going to be more to talk about because more is going to happen. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I would like to thank you guys for watching this episode of Purple Director and the Marine God talking Dragon Ball Super. In the next episode, we're actually going to be jumping into the actual series Dragon Ball Super, starting with, I believe, episode 27. But we'll actually confirm that when we get into that. But until then, I'm the Purple Director.
I'm Marine God.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.